Hello, and welcome to the day after the NPA Southeast. As you can see, it was quite a successful day. Um, in fact, the best day I've had in competition. There's been 3 days that stand out to me that I won't ever forget. First one was the first ever comp, because who forgets their first ever comp? Second one was qualifying for the British finals at the BNBF in 2015. That felt like a win. And the third one you won't ever forget was when you win your first title, which is here. This is the heavyweight title trophy for the NPA Southeast. And then you go on and you win the overall trophy to take the NPA Southeast overall title. And basically, I don't really know what to say or where to start, or I guess I should thank the NPA firstly. It's the third time I've competed with them. This is my 11th show, and I've now been competing for 4 years, and it's my first title. And obviously it's my first overall as well, because it's the first time I've been in an overall. Following the disappointment of the BNBF Southern this year, where it was so close to winning that and going through to the overall. This makes up 10 times over for it, especially to do it for the NPA. For some reason I've always had a bit of a soft spot for the NPA. They're just so friendly, so nice. They're in a couple of DVDs from Tony Montalbano and Andrew Merrifield, which I watched before I ever competed back in 2012, and it's what sort of opened my eyes up to natural competition. So ever since then I've always wanted to compete with the NPA. I never ever thought that I would be able to win an overall title trophy. I've always wanted to win a heavyweight title, which is that was there, but to win an overall was just amazing. And this thing weighs an absolute ton. It feels like 20-25 kg, but I weighed it this morning and it was 8 kilograms, but it is flipping heavy. It's a real chunk. It's a real piece of gear. So yeah, I mean, when you walk into the NPA and you see this trophy on the table, it's nice that they put the winning trophy on the table as you walk in, so you can see what we're all gunning for. It's just a brilliant piece of kit. It's just awesome. The Southeast Championships men's overall winner 2017. So I'm gonna be buried with this one day. I'm not going to let it ever leave my sight. I'd like to thank Michael Phillips for putting on the NPA show. It wasn't the biggest NPA show in the world, and in fact I was the only heavyweight in the show. So I won the title through default. If I'd gone on to the overall and not won that, this would have meant much less to me, because obviously it would have just been all I'd had to have done is turn up. This proves that the hard work pays off. I earned this one. I earned the overall, and it's been 31 weeks of dieting to get this overall trophy. And the guys that went through to the overall, I've been to a few shows, and I know you're going to expect me to say, oh, they're really top class, they were all really good and the standard was high. But the Masters over 50 was immense, and the middleweight guy, Attila, I think his name was great. The standard at any overall, doesn't matter, is always going to be good. So without taking anything away from this one, this means the world to me, this overall. And those that know me personally know how much that would mean to me. following all the effort and everything that goes into what I do, and all of this natural bodybuilding. It's so very easy to just turn to drugs and start pumping stuff in you to get big and compete, and but natural, if you can do it naturally, stick to it, because I don't see any point in anything like that other than natural competition for me personally. So the NPA is lifetime natural. None of this 7 years drug-free stuff. This is lifetime. And I'd like to thank Michael Phillips. I'd like to thank my coach, my nutrition coach, Darren Loxton, Team DSL, for prepping me up for the diet, because I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't put myself through some of the pain that you go through to get this far and to do this type of thing. It's so much easier for me, and to take his advice on posing and prep and the way you deal with day-to-day life when you're under such immense stress and torture from this sort of thing. Because essentially you're dieting to within inches of what's pretty much safe for life. So with Darren running that for me, if he asks me or tells me or recommends I do something, I'd be a fool not to. And for some reason I couldn't not do it. I couldn't live with myself for not doing what was asked of me in that respect from Darren. So yeah, this one says Southeast Championships 2017 men's over 78 kilograms first place, and yes, over 78 kilograms. So I'm like under 5% body fat, and I weighed in at 88.2 kg for the show. I'm not sure where that is in terms of the other shows I've done this year so far, but compared to 2015, I was still heavier than any show I weighed in at in 2015. So there's still there's gains that's been made in the off season. But yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that helped me get to this point of winning these things and the titles, and it means an awful lot to me, and it's things I won't ever forget. So you go to bed sometimes and you wake up and you feel hollow. You've just got nothing more to give, and then that you get rewarded like this. It's just a really, really great feeling, and it really does make up for all of the pain that we as athletes and competitive bodybuilders put ourselves through. So those of you that have ever been lucky enough to come away with one of these or any trophy or even step on stage know there's personal success in every one of those little moments of joy. So it really is great. As for onward from here, it's the BNBF finals 4 weeks today. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm going to do the best I obviously can. There, it is a qualifier for the DFAC World Finals. We'll be aiming for that. There's no point beating around the bush. I'm aiming for World Final qualification this year, and that will be held in Miami on the 4th of November. So it's a case of working hard now and digging deep, and I can't do any more than I already am. I'm pushing as hard as Darren tells me to. I'm training as hard as I possibly can. It's just a case of dropping those extra couple of pounds of body fat, tightening up a little bit, filling out for the show, and then presenting the best I can when it comes to it. So yeah, that's where we are. Over the moon with this, and what happened yesterday. It was the show's on Saturday, which is a bit strange, but it feels nice to have Sunday rest. I usually take the day off after a competition just to rest up. I trained legs this morning because there's no rest for the wicked, and I've got the biggest show of my life coming up in 4 weeks. So if I want to be a world competitor, I'm going to have to put the work in. So that's precisely why I went to the gym this morning and trained my legs as hard as I could. Yeah, I'm just really happy, I suppose. There's nothing really to say. I mean, to go from the BNBF Southern this year and finish second by split decision, to then go and get beaten at the UK DFBA by one guy that was marginally better than me in my opinion, and the other guy that was just absolutely shredded and in finals condition already. I can live with that. I'm not in finals condition at the moment. I'm still in late qualifier condition, and I'm going to bring my best when it matters, and that is for the finals. There's no point being absolutely immense looking now when you're just in qualifications. But yeah, I'm a triple British finalist for 2017. I was a double British finalist in 2015. So onwards and upwards to the next show. And yeah, just very happy. And I'd like to thank everyone that supports me and helps me on my way with all of these shows and the prep and getting there and the tanning, and there's a lot that goes into it. And even the sponsor that I have for gym wear, which is Pumping Iron Muscle Development, they've looked after me now for it's just over a year, I think, so maybe 18 months. So, but they've got some great gear, hoodies and things like that. They're really good to squat in, because when you start to get lean and that squat bar sits on those bones on your back, it does start to rip your skin off of your bones, basically. So yeah, squatting in those hoodies is really great. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone. Thank you to the NPA. Thank you for the BNBF up to this point. Thank you for the UK DFBA. And I shall see you on the 1st of October for the evening before video, when we'll be in Birmingham for the BNBF British Finals. Hopefully nice and full, nice and lean and tight and dry and hard, and ready to hit the stage on the Sunday. Okay, thank you very much to everybody, and I'll see you in 4 weeks' time. Thank you.